Greetings, webheads, and welcome to episode 50 of Witty Banter, yet another Marvel Crisis Protocol podcast. I'm Patrick.
I'm Alex.
I'm David.
This is JP.
We are here to help you get better at and have more fun with your Crisis Protocol. So we are recording this towards the end of December, webheads, and so we thought that we'd kind of do a little bit of a holiday wrap-up. We're gonna talk about. We're gonna break it down into three different categories. We're gonna talk about the gifts that we think that we've received from MCP, basically the stuff that we've gotten that we've enjoyed or feel like has enhanced our game. We're going to talk about our wish list, what kind of gifts we hope to see under the MCP tree in the next coming months. And then we're going to talk about New Year's resolutions. We're going to talk about the things in next year's gameplay that we're looking at that we want to focus on and what we're going to work with. So before we begin, though, a couple things. First of all, we had a listener that has asked us for a discussion and a breakdown of Apocalypse and how the new changes to the rules are changing how he's going to play. It's a great question. We aren't ignoring it. We just feel like we haven't had enough time on the table yet to really answer that question in more detail. So that's coming. We're working on it, and we want to get an episode out to you that that does a good job answering your questions. So thank you for sending that in, webheads. If there's any other questions or any topic ideas that you have, we'd love to hear them. Send it to us. If you've joined us on Patreon, you can hit us up on Discord, or you can hit us up at wittybantercast@gmail.com or any of the socials at wittybantercast. So let's jump in. Let's start with gifts. So, it's Christmas. It's the season. It's the season of giving. But so let's talk about what the game has given to us. The kind of gifts that we've received over the last MCP year that we've enjoyed the most. We'll go around the horn a couple times. David, let's start with you. What first comes to mind when you think that, or when you hear that?
Oh my gosh, it has to be the new webs. They're so much fun. Like, Miles has turned out to be a better character than I initially thought. Like, he's really good.
Like new Miles.
Like Silk is, yeah, Ultimate Spider-Man. Like his like spender is crazy. Like the fact that it like stuns and shocks before damage, and then it does 2 damage to an enemy within 3 for each wild you roll. Like, it's fucking crazy. You just like, oh, I'm gonna punch this guy and I'm gonna daze 2 other models because I rolled 2 wilds. Like, it's really good. Okay. Silk is fantastic. Like, she has so much like her whole kit is like just cool, and like her ability to like traps and move to a spot and be somewhere else, and her like beam is like insane good, and like it synergizes with ASM's leadership so much, because like you can go, I'm gonna beam you, I'm gonna slow you, now I'm gonna place you away, and then run away or do something else. Yeah, it's got to be the new webs. I like Noir too, man. That guy slaps. Like, on the webbed up activation, it's like stupid. I've had him like daze an A-bomb and KO Spider Woman in one activation with webbed up. It's stupid. Yeah.
Asterisk David Dice.
They do make any affiliation feel better, don't they?
Certainly do.
Listen, Noir, I mean, he's still throwing, like, when you web up, right, he's throwing a 7 dice beam and then a 9 dice punch into something and then maybe a terrain piece. Like, it's pretty good.
David also forgot to mention when he's throwing these 9 dice, he gets 13 hits on them.
In David's defense, on Friday, I was watching some of his dice rolls, and they were absolute dog shit. I don't know what was going on with his mojo.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was not great.
Listen,
I had
1
to
week
pull
out of
that.
15. Jesus, that's a fucking blessing in disguise.
I had to pull that game with Eric out of my ass. I don't know how I managed to. I managed to like. I kept slowing Mal with ASM's leadership, so like basically he'd end up in positions where he'd like, if he wanted to be in the game, he'd have to like move charge, and it just is not very efficient for Mal. Like, so like I just managed to like keep Mal busy the whole game, owning Ham, I guess, on the side of the table, but at that point it didn't matter. But yeah, definitely the webs. I think they're awesome. I think all their tactics cards that they got are awesome. I think new characters are great. That's definitely it's made me more excited to play MCP than I have been in a long time. Like
Had
they're
you
just so
had you
fun.
had you played much webs before the new box came out, David?
Yeah, I mean I've played webs for a long time. I mean I played webs when we did that team tournament down in Kansas City that we won, right? I even
We didn't win
played
that.
yeah, we did.
No, we didn't. The one we won, you
Yeah,
played
we did.
Convocation, David.
No, we played in two of them, and one of them we won. I was playing webs.
No,
I remember because I played
you
because I
played
played
Quentin, but we
Quentin.
didn't win. We did not win the full tournament.
Well,
Oh, maybe we didn't. Maybe we got second.
No,
But either way,
no, we definitely did not win it.
see, this is the
either
kind
way,
of
I still
this is webheads. This is the kind of integrity you can expect from our podcast. If we don't win something, we're not going to say we won it.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Um,
But yeah, I've been playing webs for a while, so like
okay.
I think webs are like they were really like kind of pigeonholed into Miles's leadership before the new stuff came out. So a lot of it was most webs rosters were playing, basically the same 8 characters and then random splashes, whether it's like I mean, obviously you're gonna take Zemo and like a random splash like Sif or Yondu or somebody who benefits from the modify skulls. But most web rosters were all looking the same, right? And I think that the influx of the new stuff has made it where you can kind of play. You don't have to play like I'm just gonna like run away with all the extracts game. You can kind of play this like I'm gonna hold the extracts and I'm also gonna kind of fight you a little bit just to make sure, like just to keep your opponent like honest, I guess. Uh which is kind of cool. I think it's yeah, I don't know. The webs are definitely the thing though.
JP, how about you? What comes to mind when you think about gifts that the game's given you over the last year?
I feel like my favorite thing is the new Crisis shakeup. Picking 5 of each, and then your opponent picks 2, or draws 2, and then picks 1. I think that definitely changes the dynamic of the game in general for the better. And yeah, I really like that.
What about that? What about that specifically makes you feel like it's better? What's the improvement? How would you describe it?
Well, before you'd have some gotchas with, and they've fixed that a little bit too with Crisis rotations, but there's still some things that people would really rather not play, like, for instance, Mayor Fisk, or maybe I know a lot of people don't want to play Senators versus Inhumans, stuff like that. So it makes it so that you can veto the one you don't want, and you never have to play the silver bullet against you, which is cool. And then, well, the way the math works is when you draw 2 out of the 5, you actually have like a 40% chance of getting the best one for you, whereas before it was 33% chance. And now you have basically a 0% chance of getting the worst one for you, and before it was 33% chance. So it makes it interesting because you can't get silver bulleted by your opponent, and it makes your crisis selection kind of interesting too, knowing that your opponent has a 40% chance to pull out the best one of yours for them, and it might actually be better for them than you. And since you're taking 5, you have less you have less agency to really mold your crises specifically for your squad or for your roster. So like the weakest of your 5 might actually be stronger for your opponent. So you really have to consider certain scenarios. Say for instance like senators or scoundrels or something like that, where it's like, oh shit, that's way better for my opponent, and they have a 40% chance to draw it. So yeah, I really like it. It's cool. It makes it I think it opens the game up a lot and kind of evens out some of the bell curve on certain things, and just I think it just makes things more playable in general.
It sounds
Combined
like
with
you
some other
like it,
factors, but yeah.
and it sounds like you like it kind of on game day. Do you find that the new Crisis is making roster building more enjoyable as well?
Yeah, I think it's making players think again. Um, I think at a certain point things get kind of solved, and the fewer moving parts you have, the easier it is to solve things. So, not that this is like a complicated change. It's pretty elegant, but it's still the way they did it was just giving your opponent agency over which of the two, and then having 5. Like it just makes the gaming of the game less so, and you have to I guess you have to plan for like more like scenarios than you did before. Just because there's more variables. So like your roster might not before your roster might have been able to like kind of one trick pony its way through certain things, and like that might not be the case anymore.
All right. Alex, how about you? What's
Can I
the
can I add
Oh,
something to that?
yeah, please do, Dave.
So I really like the crisis change as well. I think that it has increased the likeliness of like you're starting to like I'm getting into games that are on different crisis that I haven't played in tandem before, right? Like uh something like I think I played Lockdown or not Lockdown. I think I played Jailbreak and Crystals, right? I think it was with you, Patrick, right? We played Jailbreak and Crystals, and we
Yep.
discovered that you can't gain the power from being close to the Mcron because the extract goes away. So like that's an interesting like change to how you play that crisis, right? Because like on other circumstances you would be like, well, I want to keep my extract carriers close to these things so that I can gain power. But like now I'm not gaining power, so maybe I don't have to keep myself close to these things, right? So it fundamentally changes the way that you play that particular crisis, which is really interesting. And I like that it's increasing more variations of instead of like I'm gonna play hammers for 3 games because that's just how it comes out.
Demons Downtown and Hammers. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. So
Gamma
I
all
think it's
day,
good.
baby.
I agree with you. I do really appreciate the crisis changes. I think they're really
All right, Alex, how about you? What's the first gift that you're thinking of?
Character changes 100%. The fact that they're willing to admit that they've been kind of lacking on that in previous years, and admit that they're listening to the community, that characters need changed, and they're doing them more often. We've had, I think we only had the 2 this year. No, 3. We've had 3 this year. So I mean that's just a good sign. Like that, it's almost 1 a quarter, and at that point, it's just a good sign for a game that their creators are willing to admit that there were mistakes with the original character design, and then updating them appropriately. Granted, some models probably got overcorrected. One example, and I'll eat my words because I always hated playing against Thanos, but Thanos was one that I thought got just a little overcorrected. Uh, Really, the only thing I wanted from that guy was just change how his gems work. to what his current leadership is now. And I think that would have been plenty enough of a change to fix him. Like the other gyms did not have to get any kind of nerf other than reality a little bit. Reality shouldn't have worked for crises, but it could have stayed the same other than that. But uh, yeah, some things may have gotten overcorrected. Poor Mal got the old yeller multiple times. But most of the time, the characters, the buffs that they're getting, like this most recent one, Sentinels, they got the glow up. The one in May, that was, I feel Gambit and Colossus were probably the two big ones. And then the one in February, or was it was February because it was right after LBO. Thanos and Thor 2 were nerfs, but at the time they definitely needed it.
So it sounds like what you're saying. There's not like a particular character update, just the fact that they're doing the character updates and they're being kind of upfront and transparent about it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
it's the fact that they're doing it, and it's just always good. Like the very first one we had back in 2021, I believe it was June of 2020. No, it was May of 2021. It was fucking awesome. It was so cool. It took, the worst model in the game at the time, Hulk, and it made Hulk JP's wet dream. Like, yeah, how can you go wrong?
Well, and we know that there's more coming, right? Like we know that
More
She-Hulk is going
Hulks,
to be
yeah, for sure. Red Hulk's coming out. That's gonna be awesome. New She-Hulk's coming out. That's gonna be awesome.
But I'm talking about the changes. Like we know that She-Hulk is going to be a 10-10 instead of having no injured side, which is good. We know that Shang-Chi's freaking builder is going to be 1 inch because it's a 1-inch punch. So
Nerf bat
like, and we
incoming.
know
Thank fucking God.
War Machine's getting an upgrade, and we know Hulkbuster, and there's a few others that Schick has
Like
talked about that are
Wasp. I
coming
didn't
out.
see that one coming.
Wasp, yeah, Wasp getting changed. So yeah, it is definitely exciting to see that they're gonna add. They're listening to what the community's saying about.
Yeah, I would love to see it if it's just like a quarterly thing next year, starting next year.
Well, plus the
Yeah, that
fact
would
that
be pretty cool.
the fact that they're doing that too, and they're not making us pay for it. They're not like releasing the new models behind a paywall that you'd have to pay for. I think that's a really healthy game design and business model that they've got.
I agree.
it-
I would love to see them just release a character pack like they did back in 2022, with all the updates. And the only thing I think they're hesitant about it is because they would have to print it in all languages for a single box, and like at this rate, that's damn near like 150 cards. Like fuck that.
Shipping on that thing might be a little challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
there's so many of them because it would be what 4 copies of each. They
Yeah, it'd be
do
4 copies of each. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
4
think it's
copies of
French,
each.
French, Spanish, German, I think.
Yep.
French, Spanish, German, English. Yeah.
Craziness.
Well, my first gift is probably not going to be too hard to guess. It's the Sentinels update.
I'm surprised.
I know. It's a real shock. While I'm still not 100% convinced that everything that needed to get done got done, I will say that playing Sentinels is a heck of a lot more fun to play than it was before. Before you'd put them on the table, and it was cool to see, but you just really felt like unless your dice went all David on you, that you just weren't going to be competitive. Now I feel like I can put a Sentinels roster on the board and really feel like I can hold my own in a game. It's still they're not Inhumans. They're not they're not the S tier, but they're at least playable. And it's just it's gratifying for someone who's been wanting to not have to feel like to be able to take Sentinels out and not feel like, well, I'm going to lose every game, but my models are cool. Now that I can, now if I lose, it's just my fault instead of the model's fault.
Well, and I will say, I think the changes to them are I mean, they're really good. Like, I mean, the Mark IV, like, those things can actually like roll some dice at you. They can get kind of crazy. And I could see people like splashing the prime, right? With like him going to like 4 physical and like just the way his like because his builder is 6 dice now, right? Base, and then you can
Yep.
add to 8.
Yep.
Yeah, and then his spender going to range 4. It's like it's really good. So I could see people splashing like the prime. I think the changes are good for them.
Yeah, the fact that his rerolls went to once a turn, I think will put the brakes on him being splashed. I think it was a really nice to be able to have a 5 threat that could spit some offense out and handle those rerolls out. I wonder how much the reroll thing is going to affect that. But yeah, they feel like Sentinels were always dicey and they're still dicey, but it does feel like it's been smoothed out a little bit. And the injured side of the drones doesn't feel quite as completely useless as it did before. So I'm thankful for
Well,
that.
and the other thing too that really helps Sentinels is terrain throw damage change, right? Now, or well, the
Yes.
character wants you, but like now Sentinels getting thrown into each other is
Yes.
not like the end of the world.
Yeah. Honestly, that's in terms of playing the affiliation, that actually probably is the most influential thing because you had to, from a roster building standpoint, you had to plan for the stuff that can throw them into each other, and now you don't have to, and it really does makes
Well,
even with the
I
even
mean,
with the limited roster they have now, it gives you so much more flexibility.
well, yeah, I mean, because it was forcing you to take like your restricted cards had to be brace and indom, right? Just because you
That's
didn't
right.
want to get thrown into each other. So now you
Yep.
have options, which is good. I think it's a very good change.
David, what's another gift that you've gotten over the year that you have appreciated?
I guess I do like I think I would say probably the um like the changes to priority and how you can now you don't have to do like previously it was like, oh, I have priority, I'm going to automatically do these things, like I'm going to automatically put Namor right here and he's just going to walk and grab the thing on round 1, right? Like now you have to like be like, well, what if I don't get priority? What do I do? How do I change what I'm thinking? Like, do I need to deploy differently? Like it definitely creates situations where you have to like think about having multiple plans and kind of adapt to whatever happens, which I think is what the goal of what AMG wants, right? Like they want you to like have meaningful decisions rather than just like I mean we're gonna roll dice and see who comes out, best rolling. So I think I like the priority change. I think it helps. Um, I think it helps curb down the like automatic round 1 where it's like we're all gonna do these moves like chess, where it's like I know I'm gonna do this thing and you're gonna do that thing, and then that's the end of round 1, right? Which I think is cool. I like it.
JP, how about you? What's another gift that you've enjoyed over the year?
I thought we were only doing one gift, Patrick, so I didn't prepare for this. I can't think on my feet. I don't have anything else to say.
Oh, all right, Alex. How about you?
Honestly, the next thing that I was gonna say was all the previews we're getting. We got a lot of previews this year. I feel, uh, I think a little bit more than we did last year. Uh, as as everybody knows, I feel like I'm the resident mutant player. And I am so fucking excited for all the new mutants coming out and the Sentinel stuff. I am like super excited for that too, in the sense of getting those thematic games in and seeing new life brought back into the Sentinels. Other than the update that they just got, I think it'll really help with their rosters. Having what is it? With six new models added to the roster. One of them being duplicates, but still, 6 new models to the roster. I mean, you could play a fully affiliated roster at that point with one splash if you really wanted to. Just from what we've seen, not necessarily saying all the models will be good and worth taking everybody in the affiliation, but just a speculation. I'm excited for all the X-Men stuff that they're doing. And I don't know what it is about, like, maybe I've just had some unlucky viewings of posts from the interwebs, but man, people really hate on mutants, and I don't understand why.
Well, I think there was a
It-
feeling at some point
It's
that's
blame it all on Apocalypse. That's what the thing is, right? Like
No.
Apocalypse
Yeah.
is stomping
No.
everybody.
It's mutants, not just Apocalypse. All mutants. I'm like,
I
what
Listen,
the fuck?
we'll just take the first mutant and be like, no, we're done with you.
It's because they're not like us, Alex.
It's because they're a metaphor, Alex, and people don't notice that.
Well, how dare they?
I know. I think there are fans of other affiliations that kind of feel like they're being left out, and we just get a lot of stuff for the X people. I know we have at least one dedicated Convocation fan that's just kind of wasting away in the desert going, please.
Well, boo-hoo for them.
Well,
I'm sorry that X-Men have 643,000 issues that have approximately one new character every other issue. That's not my fucking fault. Wizards need to not have
listen,
just 6 wizards.
there is a chance that Moondragon could be Convocation. There is
So-
a chance, but probably not.
Question:
Mm-mm.
Is Moondragon printed on any of the tactics cards for Convocation?
No.
You're fucked.
Wait.
I mean, Loki was printed on a card and he didn't show up.
Hold on.
That's exactly my point, Alex. I mean, if you're not even on a card, you shit, fuck out of here. How about you, Patrick? What's your second gift?
I mean, we've kind of touched on it a little bit, but I just kind of wanted to go broader. I particularly over this last year, I've really come to appreciate the transparent nature that AMG has in terms of staying connected with its community. I didn't, and I don't want it to sound like we're, I'm trying to suck up, but getting a chance to talk with Schick and having him have the conversation that he had with us, and then listening to how he communicates with the other podcasts in the community, and what an effort they make to make that connection, and then like what Alex was saying in terms of listening and seeing the feedback and making changes to the game, but still making the game accessible without, in other words, the making the changes that it's not something you have to pay extra for. MCP is my first game, my first miniatures game, so I'm kind of coming in, but now I've had a chance to kind of look out over some of the way other gaming companies do that, and I know there's at least one very popular company that if they were going to be making changes to characters, that it would come when you bought a $50 book. And the fact that we get these updates and we've got all the print to plays and we have community access to the people who are making the game, it is not what I expected in the nature of a game, but it seems like it's very healthy, and it's clearly an effective strategy, at least for me, because it makes me more connected to the game and more wanting to be involved in it. So that would be the gift that I would be thankful for this year.
You know what? That's a thoughtful one, Patrick. I'll second that. Dave, did you find any pictures of what's his butt?
No, Moondragon.
No, you're fucked. All right.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I think that we're moving seamlessly into the next area that we're going to talk about, which is what do you want to see under your MCP tree going forward? So, David, we'll go ahead and start with you. I think I have an idea what you might say, but I'm going to
Get your
leave the
shot
floor to
glasses ready. Get those shot glasses ready and get prepared to not do a thing after this episode.
I my wish list for next year, I would like to see new character updates come out before. I don't think they're gonna do it, but I would like to see. Because I mean, we already know they're changing. Obviously, War Machine, Hulkbuster, and Chief. We know they're changing Thor 2 and Sabretooth Apex, which I assume they're gonna bump their damage on their pounces, which they should probably do it for Goblin too. But we and they said that they were adjusting the cap's health. So like now if all of a sudden the caps are like, I mean, what if they give him the Fury treatment? What if Cap is 7'6", right? That could be really good for the Caps. Yeah, that's the thing I'm that those releases out before. The reason why I want before Adepticon is because I think it will like I think it will create a like it'll create a thing at Adepticon where that we don't know what the meta is because all these characters I think would be cool.
JP, how about you? What do you hope MCP gives you this year?
Give me Doctor Doom, you cowards.
I feel like that's more of a drink thing than even convocation stuff.
Restart the clock.
Like, it is a good business decision unless you're allergic to money, because it will be the best-selling box in MCP history. The anticipation is palpable. Everybody wants it, and yet they all sit around with blue balls.
Well, I've called
we
my
are
shot
kind
today.
of getting Doom adjacent though, right? With like Kang and Iron Lad. Like
We
kind of
do,
getting
yeah.
I mean, we are
adjacent.
getting we're getting some good stuff, like with some of the bigger like more powerful beings. I do like to see the powerful beings in the game. Like you guys said, Kang. We're getting Onslaught. He's a pretty beefy
Yeah.
boy. I mean, if we're not getting Doom, at least give me like Fin Fang Foom or Galactus or something. That's a joke. That's a joke. But hey, if they want to do it, I'm all here.
Honestly,
I'm all for it.
I would rather Doom over King. I would so rather Doom over King.
Oh, I think Kang is gonna be cool.
I'm super
I'm not
excited.
denying he's not going to be cool. I would just rather Doom over King.
Well, and I've said this before. I'm not sure I've said it on the cast. I think that they are going to announce Doom and the Fantastic Four at Adepticon this year. It makes, with Doomsday that's coming out, and even though Marvel's movie schedule is a little fluid, they've known that this summer is going to be when Doomsday's coming out. So if you tease Doom and the Fantastic Four now, and you're just dovetailing right in with the Doomsday marketing, I think they're going to do it. I think we're going to be in Adepticon, and I think we are all going to be there, and I think we are going to watch the room go berserk when they show that slide.
Alex in the corner, sad noises.
No, I want Doom. I enjoy Doom.
But the Doom excitement will be counteracted by your Fantastic Four reverse boner. So
listen, God knows we don't need full staff. We just need half chub, okay?
What if Silver Surfer came along with it? Now where are we at?
Full
Are we like
flaccid. Full
full
flaccid,
flaccid?
almost inverted.
Are we talking about like ice bath dick?
Probably worse.
Wow, okay.
I hate Silver Surfer.
The Silver Surfer
with a
hate is
burning
real.
passion. I hate him. It's the stupidest character concept ever.
That's
How
what
the
makes
fuck?
it.
Why the fuck?
That's what makes it so glorious. You know, the riding through the stars on a surfboard. I mean, it is.
Dumb.
It's part of what makes comics comics. It's like, well, that makes no sense. Let's go with it.
Listen, that's the thing.
He
I am
just
all for things that don't make sense because it's a comic.
he
But
just
that is
rides
just
time like a wave, right?
it's just so absurdly stupid and makes no sense. I just can't wrap my head around it. And when Steve Ditko straight up said, "Well, I bet you can't make a character that flies through space on a surfboard popular because our readers are too smart." And then the readers proved him wrong that they're not too smart. I'm like, God fucking damn it.
Hold my beer.
I just hate that character so much. And like,
Well,
he's boring.
my only fear about once Doom does come to MCP is that, I mean, you think you're sick of seeing Apocalypse. Oh my God. Are we going to see a lot of Doom on the table for like the following years to come? That's the only thing I'm worried about once we finally do get him, is he is just going to be the definition of ubiquitous.
Oh my god, I don't think like DeLuca will play a roster without Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom could probably be the worst model for his affiliation that he's playing and still play him. I mean that in the most loving way though, because DeLuca loves Doom.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He will find a way to splash Doom in A-Force. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but it's going to work that way. Alex, how about you? What's on your wish list?
My first, I have multiple things on my wish list, so I'm just gonna start with the first one. I want a new Rivals panel, but I want it to be practical in every sense. I want both characters to be good, and I want the terrain that comes with it to be good. I don't want size 5 pieces of terrain that are basically pointless. I don't want a waterfall that's half terrain. And I don't want like the very first one we had back in 2021 with Doc Ock and Spider-Man, nothing new. They were just reprints of the same characters but hollow. And the terrain was unplayable. And then we got Logan and Apex Predator. Both of those models, like Logan was a menace for the longest time until last year with exceptional healing going away. And Apex Predator was fine. He wasn't bad, but he wasn't the greatest. But that terrain, frankly, it looks cool, but it's almost dog shit. Like it just has nothing to it. It did come with a motorcycle, which I have yet to paint, but that's the only cool piece of terrain in there.
Well,
And then
The Weapon X bunker is the only Rivals panel that had like terrain that wasn't just pure diorama that was like empty on the back. That's the only one that had like a all four sides terrain. Is that right?
correct. And
well,
then
and that bunker is just like super awkward to play on too, because it's like size
that's what I'm
5. It's
saying.
like, am I size 5 on the front part of the bunker, or is the whole thing size 5? Like what is going on?
It's weird.
It's
Don't like it. So then we get into the 2023. And no. My calendar might be off. It was
Oh,
no, it was
shit.
2023. It was 2023. Because we didn't get a Rivals panel in 2024 or this year. That Wakanda fucking that thing was trash. We got one model that was worth playing. So you spent $100 for one model. It was just pathetic. Pathetic. So give me a Rivals panel that's good. Give me both characters are good. And if it comes with terrain, make the terrain good, make it playable and not awkward. Uh I think what they did with Shatterpoint with that Darth Vader and Ahsoka was a very good idea. You had two options for purchase. You could either purchase it with the terrain or purchase it with just the characters. I thought that was a
Yeah.
fantastic idea. Do it for MCP. They will make
Yeah.
so much money and have zero complaints at that point.
I do think they've kind of learned their lesson with their Rivals panel. I don't think we are going to ever see the $120 big terrain box as the only means to get characters. I don't think that's going to happen again.
I feel like that offends people when they do a paywall like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
it's very contrary to the vibe that they give off, where they want to make the game as accessible as possible, and then that is the rival panel really does feel like the one time where they're being money grabbing.
Alex, do you remember the MSRP on the Spider-Man versus Zoc panel?
$80.
80. So it went up to 100 on the second one, and then it stayed at 100 for the third.
Yeah.
Okay.
The second one seemed somewhat reasonable.
The second one did?
Yeah, because I mean, like the bunker is playable. It's awkward, but it's playable.
Yeah.
And it came with the motorcycle, so it's like it came with other things other than the characters that were somewhat playable. But then the Wakanda Forever, that's like one of the few things that I kind of had to regret paying for. And I've paid for everything except Dracula's Tomb. I don't have Dracula's Tomb. I have two fucking Quinjets, okay?
So the Wakanda one only came with the waterfall, no other pieces.
No.
That's right.
That was a curious exclusion, was like finishing the waterfall. Like, how much more plastic did they need to do that? It wasn't a ton.
Yeah, I thought the same
like,
thing. Particularly when they went from the Spider-Man Rivals panel and they got nuked for it, and then they made the Weapon X bunker, which it's like, okay, they've learned their lesson. Oh, well, guess they haven't.
Still ironing out the kinks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I do want to addendum myself. The Rivals panel, the Wakanda one did come out in 2024 because that was the first year, the first big beef, and Brian brought Wakanda that year. And 2023 did not have a Rivals panel. Or well, it didn't have Wakanda. It was I don't think there was one for 2023 because we thought it was going to be 2023, and then Wakanda came out in February of 2024. So, but yeah, you come out with a good Rivals panel. My ultimate wish list is Carnage and Venom. Like I think that would be one of the better of the Rivals panels that they could do.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing like a compromise either for maybe like a Rivals panel where the terrain's dialed back a little bit. We don't have to go whole hog on like a giant piece of terrain. Maybe we could do like a size 3 or something and put it at like $60 or something. 70
Oh, for
bucks.
sure. They could do that Rivals
Similar
panel.
to the Deadpool box.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. Something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I think they could do that Rivals panel as like one of two things. They could do it very similar to what my Adepticon entry is going to be, where they meet in the jail cell and just make it like a scene like that, or go real deep and put it in like a bell tower and just make like a size 3 bell.
It's interesting. The Shatterpoint stuff does that too. It does feel like they want to make diorama pieces that are intended not to be played but to be displayed. And
100%. And I think the base slots speak to that too, right? Like,
yes,
putting base slots in it, like,
yeah. I mean, I do have a Tomb of Dracula, and honestly, that was one of the most fun things I've had to paint. But it is weird to play on. You can do it, but then if they're gonna do that, then I don't have a huge issue if they like make special terrain rules for it. So, like for example, with the Weapon Xbox, if you could say like if you're on the front of it, then you're standing on a size 1, and if you're on top of it, then you're on a size 5. Where you kind of break it up in two different pieces. If I would like to see AMG, I guess, in general be a little more creative in terms of the rules for their terrain, to be able to kind of make it more intuitive in terms of for what it actually looks like. I mean, I don't know that I necessarily want to see true line of sight, whether you can look through a window to see somebody or not. But to pretend that everything is just a cylinder, I don't know that that serves the game well either.
I've got one for you, Patrick. Some new rules. So how about we make a piece of terrain where you can like go under it or on top of it, but
Yeah.
we won't. Don't make it like size 5 though. Make it like size 4 so that you can actually throw it. But then make it uninteractable.
Yeah, I mean,
You couldn't throw it.
And yeah, and make it so that like models probably will slide off of it too.
it's almost like it could be a Roxxon oil sign
Or a Quinjet.
or a Quinjet. Yeah, that worked out very well last time.
Yeah.
So what I would like to see, I was thinking about hoping that we get a broader selection of crisis selections. You know, we've got the new crisis pack coming, and you know, right now I think it's 12 and 12, hoping that it expands out so maybe we have 15 and 15 or something like that. That would be fun, but I understand they want to also be able to make sure that you can't take all of just your favorite types of crises, so that might by its nature demand that you have a limited number. So I'm just gonna fall back on what I've said before. Give us Alpha Flight, you cowards.
Alpha Flight. Need some Sasquatch in my life.
I want some Sasquatch. I want, you know, we could get the obvious new convocation figure. We could get Shaman as a convocation figure. He has to be in convocation.
He would totally sit around smoking a J with Dr. Voodoo, wouldn't he? They'd just be
Absolutely.
chilling, banging on drums and stuff.
Absolutely.
They would do it and then not make him convocation because balance.
It's probably, you know, if they're not gonna if they're you know, if they're not gonna fix Scarlet Witch to make her more playable and put her in convocation, I guess I don't know what we're doing. But anyway, I want to see.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to see. I want to see at least the mainstays of Alpha Flight: Guardian, Sasquatch, Puck, Aurora, North Star, Snowbird. You know, give it to us. Let's go.
Oh my God, Puck would be such a weird character.
Oh,
I would actually kind of love that.
I think he'd be a blast. A little 2-threat martial artist running around. That'd be fantastic.
Widow, hold my beer, bitch.
How does he have a long move?
Got strong legs.
He does, and short arms. All right. So that's Christmas. Let's look ahead to the new year. Let's look ahead to see, you know, we've got a new year of MCP coming, and we need to kind of be thinking about what we want our resolutions to be, what we want to be doing to make our MCP better going forward. David, what would be your New Year's resolution for MCP?
I want to think of having fun instead of making stuff, I think is fun. That's probably what interesting models that I haven't played in.
All right. JP, how about you? What's your resolution for the coming MCP New Year?
Mine's kind of similar to David's. I want to play more stuff. Not necessarily fun lists, but just things that maybe I normally wouldn't want to, well, things I wouldn't normally view as like the best thing to play or whatever. I usually gravitate towards certain things. But I wouldn't mind just expanding a little bit, getting some more models on the table. And I'd also like to get some more models on the painting table, but that's just a time thing. So
yeah, I think we all have our pilot shame that we deal with. It does kind of sound like both of you, and it makes sense given the types of players you are too, that I know for me it's hard to separate MCP time as, well, I'm getting reps for the next event or the next tournament. And that's a different vibe than just, I'm gonna go have some fun and roll some dice, and those are two different things, and I think if you're doing the former too much, you really run the risk of burnout. And if you do a little more of the latter, maybe that fights against that a little bit.
Yeah, I would agree. It's tough though. Putting stuff on the table that doesn't feel good doesn't make me have fun. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. It's like, wow, this game could be going so much better if I actually brought something that was good.
Yeah, that is always.
Mhm. Alex, how about you? What's your resolution?
Um, man, that one's a tough one to think about because, like, how does like in comparison to David and JP's resolution, I already did that this year. Who plays fucking Hydra for fun? Nobody. Nobody fucking does that. Um, shit, I don't know. I really the only thing that I thought of, and it's just like a personal work in progress with like MCP in general. Is like I got to get like I'm sick of looking at the same tables now. Like it's nice that we have a good variety, but I guess that'll be my resolution and just get different tables out there. But that's something I'm gonna need other people to help with because I just don't have a 3D printer and I refuse to do it because that's another thing I would have to invest my time in.
Oh,
So
I have enough. I have far too many expensive hobbies already. I know how dangerous I would be if I had a 3D printer. I'm making a
right,
I've made a conscious decision to avoid doing that.
same. So it's I want to get more terrain out there just to get another variety. Like I've had a danger room terrain set. I think it's been sitting for over a year. I just have yet to touch it. Um, but yeah, I think that's my next goal for next year's to get a little bit more variety in the tables.
Alex, you're telling me you didn't have
I,
fun putting Red Skull 2, A-Bomb, and Zemo on the table every game?
I didn't put Zemo on the table every game.
95% of games?
Not even that much.
I don't know.
80% of
Zemo
I
games.
Zemo feels like a hall pass in terms of oversplashing him. I just any other model I get that. I think given where he sits in the list of things, I think that's a freebie.
I mean, that's fine.
I
The
want to
only time
say
I really ever put Zemo on the table was at 19 threat. I played Strucker every game, and I played Bucky more than I played Zemo.
But Patrick, when you have Zemo affiliated, then you can splash other stupid models.
It's true. That's true.
that's true.
Like Sentinel Prime.
I do want to add on to something that you were from your thing, Alex. So I want to say, I guess we could call it a gift. One of our gifts is probably Alex, because Alex is the one who brings. He does all the terrain. He does all the organizing. He does all the stuff for our community. Like we would not have a community without Alex. So I just want to say that we're all thankful for that, for you, Alex, for doing all that stuff for us.
100%.
No, thank you guys. I appreciate that, but it's I don't see it as a gift in a good like in a like a wording way if it's something that I enjoy doing. So
Well, I am gonna kind of zig where everybody else zagged. I tended to have affiliation ADHD. I couldn't ever. I'd play something for a couple of months, and it's like, oh wait, this new shiny thing is here, or wait, I haven't done this for a while. Uh, this year, I really do want to focus on just doing one thing for a while and really getting better at it. And it doesn't hurt that my favorite affiliation is getting a whole bunch of new stuff. So now's probably the time. So my resolution this year is actually just to grind a little more than I have done, and just it's like, all right, it's time to put the Stompy Boys out and really get some reps with them and see what I can do with them. So my resolution's going the other way, is just to get people sick of seeing me pulling the Sentinels out.
Uh, talk to us 6 months ago. Patrick.
It's not fair. That's not fair. I was playing Guardians up until like a month ago.
Yeah, that's true. You're taking a break from the Chrome Domes.
That's true. That's true. They were never far away though.
When you said new shiny thing, all I could think about was Sentinel armor.
We were when Tom, one of our friends, was showing pictures of he had a 3D printed Bastion, and I never really noticed until then how much Bastion puts off Brainiac vibes. And even I went back and looked at the MCP model that they've got, and it's kind of the same thing. I mean, you could paint Bastion as Brainiac, and you could really sell it. I'm not going to do that, but I would not be surprised to see somebody do that. All right. Any kind of closing thoughts on the year to come in MCP? Any other either gift ideas or resolutions or anything else we want to say as we wrap up our holiday episode? David, we'll start with you.
I'm excited to get Valkyrie and I think those two models look really good.
JP, how about you?
It kind of ties into my New Year's resolution, but I'm gonna keep playing Dormammu for a while. I guess I started my New Year's resolution a little early, but I don't know. I'm not having fun with him, but I feel like I'm just not. Something's not clicking yet. So he just doesn't. He's not doing the work that I want him to. So I'm gonna keep messing with it and see if I can dial it in to where it feels good. I do like the model. I want to get him painted. I guess that kind of ties into my other part of the New Year's resolution. I haven't really painted anything, and I started painting Dormammu. I'm like about 8 hours in on him or something. So I want to get him done. I like painting the bigger models. They're cool. So and I like playing them out.
Yeah,
Oh, go ahead.
Dormammu's a time investment to paint for sure.
Yeah, and you guys know me. I like putting the kaijus on the board too. So
absolutely,
he's just weird.
You could always add Mysterio and the Grand Illusion.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's. I'm not gonna say I won't. I'm just not a big Mysterio fan.
I do like the idea of Mysterio on some Crisis. Like, I think he's pretty fucking annoying on the new Lockdown. Like,
yep.
him being able to like traps and move around to score wherever he wants.
Alex, how about you?
And Pat Dunford did win that game with him, or that tournament with running Cabal with Mysterio. So maybe there's something there.
Alex, any closing holiday thoughts?
I'm excited for more X-Men. I am so excited for them. Give me more. I want to see more at Adepticon. I want to see more for Mini Stravaganza. Give me all the mutants.
All right. I will close things out. Like I said, this is really the first miniature game that I've ever played. And I had an image in my head of what the community that plays the game would be like, and the reality is very different. It's part of the reason I've stayed with the game is the community in general and the group that I'm fallen into in particular. It's just it is such a positive place to be. Schick refers to it as collaborative competition, and I really like that. I mean, if you'd told me 2 years ago that I'd be doing a podcast about a tabletop miniature game, I'd have said you were crazy, and here we are. So, and I will say, for all of us, we are thankful to you webheads that are out there that are listening and giving us feedback and kind of putting up with our nonsense. So we very much appreciate that you give us your ears for a while and you give us some feedback and you let us know what you think, and that some of you support us either by listening or by liking or by being part of the Patreon. So we all just want to say thank you very much, and we hope to continue to bring you, if not good content, then at least more regular content. So with that, we would love to know what your favorite gifts from MCP have been. We want to know what gifts you're looking for from MCP. We want to know what your New Year's resolutions are for MCP. So hit us up, wittybantercast@gmail.com, wittybantercast on all the socials. And if you join us at patreon.com/wittybantercast for as little as $1 a month, you can hop into our Discord and we can start having a conversation about it on Discord too. Thanks for being here, webheads. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, and until next time, be good.